He's on the uniform.
Rob,
Is it?
Jackson,
Oh, is
Dawn.
Weird.
Digman's on green
So
also.
if you load in
Green team
a
medic.
loadout that has a
Yeah,
You don't have the
it'll put
first
it on.
airborne patch on your left shoulder though, because of your uniform.
Looking at the
Apes
map,
uniform,
we're
yeah.
having
Am I
an
supposed to
interesting
have it?
AO. Just a north-
I don't know.
north,
We
south
don't know why, but some of us have it.
of 6 kilometers.
We should be sterile, actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't have any patches on.
I don't
Oh,
think I
you
have any
do?
patches
I
on.
see it on your left. I see it on your left shoulder.
No, not me. You're looking at the wrong guy. I don't have a patch on.
No, you're clean, Rob.
Oh yeah, you got a shoulder
pocket.
pocket.
Yeah.
All right, let's have everyone gather around. Let me go over what we're going to do today, since this has been a bit of a surprise here. So, if everyone huddles up, this is basically a recreation of some of the events at Dewey Canyon. I read through a pretty gripping tale from a Kenneth Boyd on his escapades in the region. And this is a specific excerpt of that story that involved him and 20 other guys cut off from the rest of their platoon, trying to find an LZ so the rest of their guys could get in. So this is going into morning at the moment. Just as soon as they woke up, Covey spotted stuff along the ridge and initiated a prairie fire to basically stop an NVA counterattack, and then the force continued to find an LZ so the rest of the group could land, hopefully through the patchy weather. So you're going to be recreating those events. The blue question marks represent potential openings for an LZ. You're going to need a very wide area so we can bring in a king bee or something larger to get everyone in. Beyond that, it also has to be a position that you can hold. So if you notice on the map, it's a very narrow strip because we want to stay on this ridge. If you go too far east, hostile forces will get much too great for you to repel. And trust me when I say this, they will be too great to repel. So you're going to have to keep on the ridge here. Find the LZ, get your forces in. As you hold the LZ, it'll basically be AI coming in. And then once that is done, you will hold and we will index. This operation should take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on how effective you are. Are there any questions?
Insert points.
What do you mean by that specifically?
Where are we going to be put in? Where are the teams going to be inserted?
So we are currently somewhere on the northern part of this map. Rough estimate would be around 004149. And you're just going to pretty much head south and try to find an insert point on these blue check marks.
Roger, understood.
Another quick note, I fudged the respawn system. So when you respawn, you won't load back with your kit. There are two ways you can get it back. You can either spawn on your squad and go up to your dead body, or you can spawn back here, load your kit, and then hit the Y button to ping me. Hit the Y button to ping me, excuse me, and I will teleport you in ASAP. But if you want to get back quicker, I recommend you spawn on your squad. I'm going to hook up with Old and Noel after this op and make sure that's fixed for all future ops I do. My apologies on that. Also, the RTO slot, if you scroll, you should have radio support. You have the ability to call in airstrikes if you need them, danger close if you want them. Just don't blow your own guys up. You guys are meant to stick together as a 21-man team, but I separated it in the traditional green, tiger, and black. You can deviate yourselves as needed through there. I would not recommend one team tries to do everything, though, because I'm going to make sure that's not possible without heavy casualties. So good luck.
Question.
Go.
What is the time on air support? As in, when you call it in, how long until it arrives?
Roughly a minute.
Roger.
Or a bit less.
Okay.
I know I set it lower than the default setting. I just don't remember those numbers because this mission was made a few weeks ago.
Roger. I guess question for the other team leaders. Who is going to be commanding the full team? Rob, Ken?
I thought Liru was in charge of this.
No.
Oh, no, I'm your Zeus.
So it's either going to be Ken, Rob, or me.
Okay, well, I think you need it, Caleb. Go for it.
Okay.
Shouldn't ask that question.
Apparently
Next
not,
question.
but it needed to be asked, so I'll do
right.
it. Okay. Then in that case, Rob, where are you around here?
I'm over here, boss.
Okay. If I go down, command will go to you. If you go down, it'll go to Ken.
Roger.
I think anybody have any other questions for
get to you
Liru?
guys in
Otherwise,
chat.
we'll discuss the plan for moving south.
Also,
want,
real quick,
command
just in
yeah.
case anyone else didn't hear, it's dawn right now. It's going to go into morning. But go ahead, and I'm sorry about that.
Just asking, do you want to be on command at them, or isn't that not needed? You want like a 50 with the squad leads?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking
Yeah,
you.
as an emergency if something's bugging out, but I'll be trying to watch you guys like a hawk, so hopefully nothing bad happens.
What's our long range frequency we're using?
We'll do 5-0.
Say again.
5-0 if you need to reach me for anything debug related, or if you want to call in the birds. I think that would be a good thing to utilize.
Yeah, Saint, go ahead and set yours for 5-0. I'll just use you.
Might need to help. Or Ken, did you get it sorted in terms of setting the long range?
Yeah, let's go walk through it right now if you can help me.
Sure. Back up a bit, please. Oh, yeah.
Test fast.
Check.
Looking for insert points for a follow-on for it.
Say again?
We're looking for extra points.
I'm sorry, P does not work for me for long range.
Oh, no, you're looking for
No,
insert
those are
points to get the
follow-on.
rest of your force here, because you're half a
Oh, okay.
platoon, and you're
Right.
supposed to be like a 2-platoon strength
All P is my short
force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Send
all-
in goat team
all P is
6
short range.
now.
You sure it's not control
That's
P
like
or short
flat.
range?
Marcus, thanks for the 22-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick
All
out of this
P for long
scenario.
range.
Roger.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how long this off's going to take.
Long range check 50.
Got it.
Good check.
Okay,
This
so how
could
do we
take
move the
an
down?
hour,
Fact,
this
it's been
could
a long
take 2.
time.
It really just depends how quickly they bulldoze through 6 kilometers of whatever the heck I decide to throw at them, you know?
No, it's not moving.
Who else has got long range here? Jax has?
Oh, now it's starting to get to morning unless someone put a flare. Ah, it's a flare, that's why.
Thank you.
And we're going to set this at what?
Jax,
50.
do you have a radio support menu? Or is it just Saint?
It should only be the RTO.
Yeah, just Saint.
Rob
I've
says
got
he
it.
has it.
Oh, I guess I screwed that up then. Oh well. I might have coded it,
So I need
to, I know why. It's because I coded it to anyone that has the radio backpack in case the RTO died and someone else wanted to grab it. So if multiple people pick it up, then I think it's based off of whoever has the RTO capability, because I have it too, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think if you've used the artillery document, you have to set 1 for trait. I think, and that should.
That's my loot.
Yeah, I know it only has air support, though. I disabled all the other ones.
Rob,
Okay,
you've already
so
got
now
your
I have it,
team
and it's set.
order of movement, correct?
I haven't set it yet, but I will do.
Yeah, go for that. I'll set mine up.
Okay.
I think because I made the
Okay,
mission,
order
and then I
of
went
movement
over the
for
protocol for what they needed, and they
Black is
said they
going to
wanted
be-
Arsenal, so I'm
So
like,
we've got
alright.
Jax,
Oh, I
and then we
see
want our
it.
machine
Yeah,
gunner,
okay, I've got
so
it set.
Don behind Jax,
Me, then Ioptic,
and then myself.
Anyway, guys, how are you all? Wee woo
Okay.
here.
Both for right now, thank you.
Medic, big man.
This is probably going to be the biggest
Okay,
RT Colombia op I've
Hendrix,
seen done in a
hello,
while, because we're
haven't
going
met
up to
you before.
21 instead of the standard 12.
I'm not.
Right, so you're.
And I'm
our
going to be
tail
working
end
with
runner,
Achilles today, so it's going to be a
Jax,
pretty fun
on
little
the rear.
throwback, but
Now,
we'll work with what we got. I'm going to be using PAVN now.
So join in, man.
Spit on this.
Yeah, man, I'm just.
This is a play off of Dewey Canyon from a
Control cap.
recalling of events by a Kenneth Boyd
Right on.
Radio.
Glad to
that
have you.
I went through. This is only a very narrow part of the story.
You want me or Hendrix linking up the rear?
It's the dank.
Sounds good.
Wait, Thomas the dank engineer, is that what that's supposed to say?
Heads up, that's
Thank you
my
for the
ordnance
leads.
coming in the distance.
Hope you keep enjoying everything. Hope you get a nice kick out of this
Okay, so
scenario.
I still gotta
Iowa, was
get
that
short
you, you
range.
goober?
How do I get
Then
long
black
range
team's going to be in the middle, and you're going
Well, basically, these guys are going to be going through, trying to find various ambushes.
Green team, one tail.
Also,
Oh, that's-
right, okay.
Roger.
It's the opposite of what we normally do.
Yeah.
It just says channel 1.
Oh, thank God, okay.
Okay, that's it. Got it.
If you could grab a few, that would be good.
Yeah,
We
thank
need,
you.
we need to have two
Thank
of
you.
us
Good
doing that,
class.
so
Oh, last thing, where's RTO?
How'd the
RTO's
finale
over
go,
on Black
Jax?
Saint.
Yeah, just want to let you know I disabled Commando Vault, so you can't cheese this one. You have to find a real LZ. Ha!
Sweet, man. I was bummed out.
Liru?
Yeah.
Liru?
Ryan, could you
Yeah.
pick up some mines?
Do we need
Sure.
top weapons for trappers?
Yes, because I will be managing something like that, but it is a very narrow AO, so I'm not going to be too brutal with it, but yes. putting stuff behind you would be a good idea.
Order of movement for the teams.
By the way,
I'm gonna have
Liru,
Yuri go in
diffusing
front.
devices. Is it only engineer can do it, or is it anyone with your toolbox?
You know, that is a very good question. I did not think about that, because normally we don't do that in RC Colombia, so whatever a mission default would be.
So you're gonna be the
Huh.
I kind of want to call one in just to see how.
Yeah, I think it's toolbox.
Tiger, move over a bit easier.
There's Iowa.
Set up our
Yeah,
team
right
order,
out.
guess.
I mean, yeah, feel free to go test on the northern side. Sorry, I don't know the answer to your question, buddy.
Who's our
Iowa, thanks for
scout?
the 15. All right, so it's
Remember.
two separate people. I apologize for that.
Here, Caleb, y'all are going to be running tail, so if anybody
Yeah,
needs
we're
any
here.
mines,
Yeah, it's if you've got a toolbox, it'll let you
All right,
diffuse.
Holt, come over
awesome. Good question, Broski.
Face to the east. Let's have
Anyway, I hope you're all having a good time here. We'll be seeing how this goes. Next mission for last ship is going to be on Wednesday, and then I'm going to transfer those over to Sunday mornings. But I'm not expanding the slots because there's no reason for me to do it. I might,
Radio speak over.
if they get a helicopter, give a third squad, but, you know, it also depends if they divide everything. There's only so much I'll be able to, you know, micro on the world, so if I do add more infantry, I'm not going to be able to do any roleplay elements, so we'll see how it goes. I'm still building that community up, though, so maybe in the future I'll have some people that want to play dedicated roleplay slots, but till then, you know, still working on what I got. And then that's going to mean I move Halo from Mondays to Wednesdays, and then my Mondays can be,
unless absolutely necessary, try to respawn with the team and not respawn back here. Just respawn with the team and try to get your old
see how
stuff,
things
but
go.
just stick with the stuff you respawn with, because if you're out of the battle for too long, it's going to put us at a significant disadvantage.
Okay, Mac, you're there. Behind you, we got Noel.
Just for everybody's
so the LZ of choice. This nice little open area all the way back here, but everything else I've intentionally put trees down.
Yeah, there you go.
Scout, you'll be point and
I think I'm gonna be doing a lot
Excuse me.
of singing as much as shooting.
And they're dropping a bunch of airstrikes here to test things out, which is why I didn't put that much stuff down, because I didn't want them to get spooked by the airstrikes early on, because I had a feeling they would test like that, so we'll see how things go. I feel ya, Iowa. I feel ya. If this wasn't my full-time job, I wouldn't have time to make these scenarios. And even then, I
and
still
just
miss a
so,
thing or two.
You know, Rob, Tiger Team's going to be moving it as a wedge in the front, and I'm going to be followed.
You'll lose those if
So as soon as they start, I'm going to start setting up
Black will be
an
following in
ambush
file,
right
and
here.
then
I did rip the
green
grass
follows in
out,
file
but
behind as usual.
Yeah, no problem. We got it.
Roger. All right, I grabbed 15 toe poppers and 7 bounding mines.
Yeah, so guys, if Diggs or Figma die, we need to grab their mines off and go all round the fence, and I'll start picking up some mines, and Andrex as well. The two of us will be towards the back there, so we'll pick up the mines off these guys if they get killed.
You just said the names of 4 people, and I don't get who is in the back. At first you said me and Andrex, you didn't specify who's last. Now you said you and Big One. Says who's walking?
No, I didn't.
I'm middle.
start setting up my forces here.
You're at the back, Diggs.
Is Tiger ready
I've got
to go, or
extra
you
mines
still
for you in
sorting
my
stuff
backpack.
And then Andrex.
out? Okay, just let me know once you're
And
ready
line
to go.
up some Decon commandos.
Right?
Yeah, but you're going to swap with Diggs when he runs out of mines. For our backup.
Copy that.
Honestly,
Okay, I'm
Big
also a
Man,
medic.
You'll be much faster if you just move your med kit to your vest and just pick up my backpack.
Okay.
Of course, we don't have the same guns, so you're gonna lose some mags.
We're just code.
I don't have any mags in my back.
Everyone ready?
Good.
Let's see what they do. Yeah, I also put in quite a lot of underbush around here, because you better believe I've
you
got
ready to
some ambushes prepped.
Okay.
We're going to move down about 50 meters just so you guys can move out behind us, and then we'll stop.
Make sure you put your
Roger.
movement in
Rest of the team
side
hold.
channel
We'll
and
wait
stuff.
until they get in position and set up behind
Yeah,
them.
yeah, no, I just did that for the
Okay,
group thing.
now let's go ahead and move down about 50 meters or so.
So head Cole.
Take that.
So we're generally heading south. Got a shift.
And then
click
that's
on
my
the-
spotter for this.
No clue.
I wish I could branch these guys out a bit more, but I'll work with what I have here.
Get ready in our lineup. So Jax take point.
Black, get
Just
ready to
these
move out.
guys.
Just that's it. Get everybody lined up.
Start
So-
start moving out in order.
All right, here we go.
Machine gunners, me.
Let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
there we go,
7,
machine
8,
gunner. Yeah,
9,
good.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so we do have a full 20
Let's
people
rock,
tonight.
guys.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's see how they do.
Let's load.
I don't have any mules in this operation, unfortunately. It's also a Vietnam op, not a Colombian op, but, you know. I do want to do, I think on the next poll, which we'll do on Thursday, because I'm waiting for a second option of the last ship to go down, or an operation for it to go down, so people can vote on it for a second month if they want to. But once that happens, I'm going to stick him out a little bit. I gotta prone him. Yeah, just so he's barely sticking out of the grass right there. I'm gonna hide myself as well. But I do want to do like you know, sort of drug bust style operation. Let's see how they do. Real quick, I'm gonna turn my music down slightly because I want to be able to hear them locally.
Okay, we'll do it. We're good.
Sorry about that.
Man, I got this turned up really loud. I'm about to
Copy that.
blast my eardrums.
So we can hear them as they pass from here. I'm wondering, can I switch that? Turn from Zeus camera. Rather have it set that way.
Putting myself on shouting. So keep your eyes peeled so you know this is fun. Copy that.
I'll unhide myself so I can hear them locally from the camera. Cool. Ozzy's in the rear. Wait for him to get a little bit away, because I could hear him walking by.
Shots rear, like.
I made them turn around. Oh, that make them break formation? Yeah, no, okay, I want them to stay on formation here. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, so these guys can hear him pass, these guys not so much. Alright, let's kick it off. I'm gonna assume that they can see him. So I'm gonna send that team up.
Do you have enough suppressors to take them out?
Alright, let's kick it off. You still set on hold fire? No? Okay. Let me put my time acceleration up here. Ooh. Right off the bat. You get ready? All right.
Status is real good.
Right. I gotta find them in the list.
Reed, move forward.
Oh, friendly fire. That's not good. Yeah, looks like people are opting to spawn back, which is fine. I should have predicted that as such, but I'm gonna start. Bringing in other teams at this point. Just some follow-up teams. All right. The reason they're spawning back at the base is because they have a script that I normally have in the missions, or not I specifically, but they're normally in the missions for arsenals. I forgot to include in this one, so, you know, silly me. All right. Next, what I'm gonna do is have some more guys in the elephant grass here. This is easy pickings for Ozzy. He's probably the one of the best players here that can easily pick units off. So this is the dev team as well as their historic liaisons. So I mean, you got the project lead right there. You got Egg Beast. You got people like Bigma, Jax, Des. Basically, a whole mix of everyone that's part of the CDLC team. I think Whiplash and Nemesis are also in here, the community managers. And then some new faces, which I believe are from their RT Ralph group, which does ops on Thursdays, which I don't participate in because I've got other stuff on Thursday, you know? So now we just have to patiently wait for the next group. I'm gonna fire some tracker shots behind them. And then show that I am going to trail them with some forces, so they should be placing mines down. Gonna be exclusively using PAVN for this because it was, you know, meant to be against NVA. So I'll do my best to keep on their trail, or excuse me, their tail. And I'll be deleting bodies behind them. It's only 2 KIA so far, but I think that was also because one was a friendly fire. You have more listed, though, because I think some people were testing killing themselves as well. And then I do have, you know, some tree snipers, because who doesn't love a good little tree sniping game? Yeah, we have a long ways to go, and I will eventually try to throw enough stuff on them to make them call in airstrikes, but for now, we just need to patiently wait. You're right, some mortar fire can do. Just for a little bit of ambience. So you hear them calling to hold. I think their rear team is holding to stop the forces.
Hope you have a great time using and love the streams as much as I love watching them.
Dan Salvi, thanks for the 28-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying everything, my friend, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario here. Also, I do want to add something real quick. A lot of the elephant grass and a lot of the trees I manually placed by hand. Pretty much all the elephant grass, all the bamboo that you'll see, all the sniper trees, and a big chunk of the jungle trees, as I like to call them, and the palm trees, and then even some additional bushes and whatnot. I did my best to kind of blend this area together because there were a lot more LZs that could have been done, and I basically plugged them all with some extra forested bits and whatnot. Also, Slushy, how you doing? But I'll be deleting bodies as they push forward and be ready to throw in more where I can. Second ambush, I'm going to pretty much try to catch these guys immediately. And we'll go from there.
Right, moving.
As long as you keep on this west.
But the further they go, the more groups I'll have pursuing their rear until they hold at the final LZ. Yeah, I went in and planted those trees myself. Yep, during the...
Question mark.
Not even during the French Revolution. It would have been even further back. But no, it gives me a little way to sneak some units right on their line if I choose to. Ooh, good shot.
Oh, good work. Are you looking through the scope all the time? Fucking hell.
It's gonna RC him and shoot at him, but... But I do love that they're complimenting about that, but... Here, I'm going to put some more tracer shots behind him. Basically, shooting in the air indicates that there's trackers following them, but it also helps ping these guys' position. So if I were doing a more open world style scenario, I'd be ready to throw things. So I'm actually going to throw these two teams in immediately. We'll see if they come a little closer.
Yeah, let's pull you up.
Yeah.
On the right side.
We'll take right, yeah, roger. Okay, roger that, okay.
Really good
But
idea.
the concept of this op I did based off of a SOG vet's accounts of Dewey Canyon. It's just, from what I was reading, it would have been really difficult for me to make a scenario entirely based on it. But, for video games, works out. Plus, they are a very big force. I'm gonna start moving these guys up the ridge a bit. There goes Spooky. See, Nemesis was told me the medical script was working, and it doesn't appear to be. So I'll have to look into that, but... Let's see if he spawns back. Yeah, he does. Alright.
Black team lead position is here.
You mean the spawn's here?
Yeah, the black team lead spawn is here.
That's weird. Alright. Oh, well. Load your kit and start moving. I'll teleport you up.
Alright, I'm good.
That is weird, because, again, the respawn on body thing's not working either, so I just gotta get with Nem and a few of the other mission devs and try to figure out why it's the case. Who died? Spooky? Oh, well, what can you do? That's always the challenge of working with limited stuff is, I work with what I can get, but I'm not always the best expert at stuff like this. Okay, it is working. Nem just went down, for example. Ooh. Okay, yeah, no, it clearly is working. Go ahead and delete the stuff back there. Oh yeah, no, I put an entire squad in there and they immediately got wiped.
Roger.
So yeah, medical is working, just they are getting shot in the head, which insta-kills them. And I got the tail teams on them. I'm going to put 2 more behind them. Again, exclusively using NVA for this one. It's a bit more than 2 recon teams. And as they go through this mission, it's going to get tougher and tougher. But I'm going to keep opening up their front as I set up for additional ambushes. Because again, I got 6 kilometers to work with, but I got to stretch that out to be, you know, 2 hours max if I can. That Willie Pete got him. The important thing is that they keep moving, just because they have the number advantage. My Sunday's all right. I mean, I just, what did I do today? Put some of my seedlings outside of my outdoor raised beds. Sprayed down one of my mushroom monotubes. Had to treat it for cobweb mold, which was a pain in the ass because I'm not sure that monotube's going to make it, but hey, it happens. Finalized the Halo mission for Monday and got that announced this morning because I forgot to do it yesterday, but yesterday I was busy IRL for most of it, so there wasn't much I could do. That sounded like a mine. And beyond that, yeah, I mean, yesterday, again, I had a bunch of stuff to do, so, you know, just working with everything and starting to plan out all my weekend and commissions. Karma Cut and I keep missing each other for the meeting. We're going to have that after this op, and we're going to finally coordinate our schedule for all of his operations, so that's going to be good. But yeah, no, they planted landmines because I've got trackers behind them, and I'm going to keep shooting on their tail. Just to remind them that I exist. But anyway, Stoken, thanks for the 42-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. That's Vietcong. Yeah, that group's getting annihilated here. Hear more mines going off. And we're about a fourth of the way through the gauntlet here, quote unquote. Another mine just went off. Insane. Yeah, he's under fire. Oh, he took a K-50 though. I mean, that's a nice weapon to have, admittedly. Gonna delete the units that pulled back. Gonna delete the units that are stuck. Yeah, they shredded those initial recon teams pretty easily. I'm going to put a third squad right here. And we'll see how they do. And then I'm going to pretty much give them a little break here. I'll have a lot of forces down in this valley ready to go. And we'll see. That's just an optional target of opportunity if they want to hit it. Very true, Roar. But I want to say, hopefully by this coming weekend, the last ship will be moved to Sundays, Halo will move to Wednesdays, and my Mondays will open up to whatever I feel like doing. I know I had another commission job to do for Monday. That's been pushed back to May instead of being done in late April, so we'll see how they do. They can also always call airstrikes on that position if they want to. Now that I think about it, but now we're going to start seeing the infantry coming back and forth right here. Frames, though, are really good, so that's all I can be hopeful about, you know? That was an airstrike, but it was a little short and it only hit one side because of the shape of that. Right, those are still on. Great. I gotta go turn those off. So another thing I've been working on is for the Stalker DayZ server, I have a lot of custom, one of the things I like to do is set up a lot of custom sound bites for them. None of them exist on the sound application, so I have to make them myself. So I've been starting to rip them out of videos and whatnot. So I gotta work on that. I think I left it on accident because I was testing it yesterday morning. But I think the only one I finalized is the bloodsucker sound. So I guess I'm gonna have to keep that on for a little bit, but yeah, Later today, I want to get on a DayZ server. It's probably not going to be the Stalker DayZ server because I don't have those sound bites ready. But it'll probably be a more generic DayZ server just so we can get the other platform working. I completely forgot about that, but yeah. Usually when you chuckleheads remind me. Yeah, it's the only one. Yeah, because the other ones I have cut out. I just haven't uploaded them yet because after I... Usually I find a few videos on YouTube, I download them, I then cut them up into snippets, transfer them from MP4s to MP3s, and then I have to upload them and then define them on Sound Elements, set the, you know, bit prices for them and whatnot. That one is just, that's the only one I did so far, and then after I got it, made sure it was working, I'm like, all right, I need to go do IRL stuff, because I had a game night yesterday that I had to prep for. But yeah, that's, I guess, to show you what's coming for at least the Stalker RP server, but... Like I said, Liru's always working on stuff. Oh, I missed Des, damn it. All right. Let me get him up. I did not notice him die because I was probably looking at you guys. Whoops, that's why I got to keep vigilant on this, but I probably missed him when I tabbed out. He probably died and I just didn't see the message. I'll admit, those recon teams were a bit close, but...
Contact front.
I think we're fine. I'm going to do some rear shots to announce my presence. But yeah, Liru's always working on something. Leaking things like a drunk egg beast, yeah, right? Unfortunately, the second SOG Prairie Fire Vietnam thing had my internet get cut during the first round, so we weren't able to do more leaks, but silver lining, I'm like 95% certain no one else's internet got severed when they reburied my cord, so, you know, just another thing I gotta go deal with later.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Team, move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there, man. All of it.
What do you mean by that, Kilios? Which you reminded me after this mission, I have to go make an announcement in my community about the joint Warhammer 40k op that I gotta put out. I knew I was forgetting something. But the next 40k op I'll do will be on the 30th for the Black Templars. Also, I got Vix's video with me and her on that Forensic mission edited. I want to publish that tomorrow or Tuesday. And then I got a few other fun little videos to do as I finalize how I'm going to do YouTube. Because I'll be honest, I finally, with the new way I've been doing things after 9 months of testing, since August, I finally had positive sub growth on YouTube. That has been more than just, you know, 2 or 3 people. Because, you know, YouTube shenanigans. Woo! Nice headshot. So, you know, Liru's busy being Liru, and then I'll format the PvP Shenanigans channel to that method, and by the end of this month, that channel will start uploading again. There's so many things that come with being a YouTuber, and it's a gigantic pain in the ass to, you know, do that on top of spending hours on Arma 3 scenarios like these, but, you know, that's my job, so gotta work with that. Liru doing Liru shit, essentially. Alright. So like I said, they're gonna get their breather right here. This is an optional objective. I'm still gonna have trackers pursue them, though. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot in the air a few times. There's a script that allows me to do that, and in future missions I do for these guys when the AOs are not as linear, I'm going to have that on so the AI will automatically shoot up in the air like that. It's just, you know, because I don't have it here because I don't want the the AI spawning, like, you know, in the open area over here, because they would do that with that script. I've decided to, you know, just manually do it for this scenario. Makes it easier. Well, otherwise, I hope all your guys' Sundays are going A-okay. We're already at 134 kills. My God. There's another mine going off. Deaths have only been 4, because 2 were done beforehand. Owie. You know, I kind of like that Achilles had the few seconds after you died before it switched you back, because that completely nullified the glitch that happens when you RC into a unit too quickly and it dies. And then it breaks your Zeus camera. Not your Zeus camera, but your ability to remote control other units. That would be nice to have again, but I also realize why, you know, people don't want to wait those extra few seconds, but it was just a security measure. All right, now I'm gonna stick some more obvious teams in this elephant grass. We just heard another mine go off. Just to kind of put them around. And I think they just killed this tree sniper. One shot to the head. And the poor SOB's dead. Again, trying to follow him. And let them know I am still actively on their ass.
There's a lot of elephant grass down there to the southwest of your and front.
Because shooting in the air alerts. Oh, God, they just dropped a freaking bomb on this thing, and it did nothing. Where did that bomb land? Because I just manually killed those 2 units, but that's funny. Oh, Kolsch got annihilated right there. Ooh. Alright, I gotta get a teleport ready. My grass is evil, man. There goes Rob. Quite a few people went down from that ambush. Good God! And now we're gonna have the rear team come up as well. Yeah, I screwed up, broski. If you want to reload your kit, go ahead. I'll move you up. Unless you're ready.
1 sec.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
All right, 1 second.
North.
I was looking for Rob at first. Silly me. All right, yeah, so you got some units hung up. And some guys are holding back here. I got this squad moving up, but that definitely gave him a black eye.
Move out.
They're planting more toe poppers.
Green on me.
Yeah, I'm back.
Clay gets back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I got killed before it's down 4. You good?
We were in the grass.
I did say it.
Yeah.
I didn't even have him in the grass that time. I had him behind the grass. But it sounds like they're having a good time, so.
I'm good. I'll call it out.
That's all I can, that's all I need to worry about. Op be damned, as long as the player base is having fun, I've done my job properly. Secondary job is to make sure you guys are having fun watching. But a good Zeus always values the players first and the viewer base second. No offense, I'm not looting 09. But also, I didn't get ousted by my own players, so, you know. Wink. Gonna put more trackers in there. Ice got ice real quick there. Can actually kind of see them through the silhouette of the elephant grass. I just realized some of it's floating a little bit. Whoops. Guess I didn't check that as effectively as I would have liked, but I guess you can only see it at a certain angle when you're at that level of the ridge, so that's quite interesting. Gonna put a rifle squad to move down. You keep hearing those mines go off. Nice kill with that handgun. About a third of the way through. Timing-wise, 45 minutes in. Yeah, all right, cool. Because, again, I'm trying to stretch this to 2 hours, which is why they're always under constant contact, but they are doing a great job of keeping momentum as they need to.
You good, you good, you good. Move.
And I've been hydrating. Pretty much a big suppression fight through the elephant grass here. It's also, there's another term for it. I forget the specific one, but it's not just elephant grass. There's another one that begins with an A that they're fighting through as well. I think that first grenade got the remaining ones, but yeah, they're gonna learn in this mission. Liru does love his elephant grass. To the point they should be nading everything of elephant grass they find. I want to get them to that level. It's unrealistic, but... Though I will say, I haven't done every single one. I'm not going to do that one, for example. Or, you know, I might do that one, but then I'll lay off right here, let the tree sniper happen, make my next ambush right there. Give them a break, just to make them wonder what's coming next. They don't have napalm grenades, that's only in Unsun, but they do have Willy Pete's, which are, I would argue, almost as effective.
They're in that elephant grass up in front of us. Looking else.
I always like to watch at this angle. I think next ambush right here, I'm going to open up with a flank attack. On their left. It's going to be a bit stagnated, but that's fine. These guys I want right there. And again, that'll be the last one. I'll let them get up to this ridge with a bit of a breather. Because at this point, we'll be entering our halfway point once they get past that section. I guess the heck out of that area. Always have a few trailing. What are we at right now? 185 to 8, technically 6. Willy Pete was a bit far right there. I think there are Willy Pete rifle grenades.
That's quite a little firefight.
Hey, Goddess, how you doing? That iced the tree sniper! Oh my god. Well, okay, if anything, that just guarantees that this area is going to be clear. I'm actually going to... I'm going to do them Let's just pretend that there was a massive... hopefully the craters stay, but... You know, especially with the tree sniper being dead there too. Let's we'll have that there as a bit of ambience. I think that'll be nice. I'll put one group over there as well. Have it come in later. Just to remind them, I'm behind them. That's a bit of a tail, some tail action there. Yeah, I heard the thump, so I'm gonna send one team over. Poor Kolsch. It's always you, man.
Yeah.
That time you weren't even in front.
That was a fucking laser shot. Took my head off.
Oh, man. Hey, Ken. Ken, if you want to load your kit, feel free. Oh, dear. What did Bacon do? You ready, Kolsch? I'll put you up.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Bacon just,
Black, move right. Black, move right. Support Tiger. Let's get some of these casualties up.
He's right behind us.
Ken, you good?
I'm good. Ready.
Right. My God.
Elements Tiger coming back in.
I hit Tiger team, but it keeps sending me back here.
Yeah, I don't know why
the
it's
lead is.
it keeps
That's
putting it
where
back here. So
Tiger
that's
leads here, right?
that's my
Yes,
bad.
sir.
No, I don't know actually because I've had individuals go down. But you both ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Noel and
Yeah.
Mac. Gotcha. Well, Mac. And let me get it again. Ooh, this was a bad one. That was a Molotov thrown probably by the enemy unless they picked it up. Here, I'm gonna push their rear again. But yeah, like I said, not going to do anything until the next bit over here, and I'm going to mark that with just a recon team. But yeah, no, the elephant grass, it's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal.
We're going to move to their left once they move down the hill. Green stay on the right.
He's down.
Did you hear that? Right behind you.
Yeah, they just napalmed that.
Man, 75 meters.
Right side of the rock.
There's the body. So yeah, delete the stuff that stops pursuing them. I want to keep stalking them though. Some further shots. Just making sure there's no one over there. Awesome.
Well, they can't see us either, so.
What's interesting?
Now the elephant grass is gonna make them think twice, which I love.
It's probably just the one that has it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Remember to turn off the radio again, Ken.
That's complete.
There we go, yeah.
So they talked about doing something else, which sounded like some sort of airstrike. Because I heard rounds complete. Even though they don't have access to artillery, just the airstrike, so they're probably calling something else by air. We'll see what hits where. But again, I mean for this to be open, but I think I'm gonna start putting stuff on their left as well. You can see where I got a little bored with some of the elephant grass placement though. And again, the other term, which I can't remember. But yeah, I also have a Zeus Eagle up. Let's see, 221 to 11, and I think like 3 or 4 of those were to friendly fire, which is unfortunate. We'll see what's coming.
A bit more stuffy so green can be there.
On the next X, Saint? I mean, on the question mark? All teams hold. We got a strike coming right over us.
Oh no, the one behind it, we're good.
Roger, keep going.
I think.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, all teams move.
They were bunching up the other team there.
If I had Ace Uncon, I would fake deaths of
We got a
bodies.
sniper ladder up ahead.
But yeah, this is where air just schwacked the position, so I decided to...
Keep an eye on it.
We're tight to you guys, you gotta move over a bit.
They're double tapping it, but yeah, you already... air struck one of these positions pretty damn hard.
Okay, black is getting a little close.
Yep, moving left a little bit more. Black's moving left.
Sniper tree straight ahead, too.
His body isn't even up there, but yep, there's the mines going off. Helicopter coming in to do a strike.
In front of us there, Tiger.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
So where's this strike coming in on?
Everybody push forward.
Okay, now this is the many deaths of course.
So what happened though?
Either you guys airstruck yourself, or there was a cluster bomb strike done earlier, which is what all those bodies were tied to, and I think you might have stepped on a UXO.
There was a mine on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
I seen it. I went to go and defuse it, and it went off in the
Alright.
face.
I'm gonna start teleporting you guys up.
I am ready.
Make sure your radio set to 100 again. Make sure you have your correct loadout again as well.
Last thing I heard, somebody said don't move, and I didn't move, and then we blew up.
Yeah, I
What's the frequency again?
spotted a mine, and as I went to go and defuse it, it went off in the...
Here, at this point, we're gonna use the pull system. Here, at this point, guys, we're gonna use the pull system. So just use this scroll wheel up to it, and you can teleport up.
Make sure you have your...
Christ.
Oh.
What was that? Was that an AI? I actually have no idea. Ooh. But yeah, no, based off the sound, it sounded like it was a UXO. I don't know what those Cobras were doing because I didn't see a strike, so who knows? But that was pretty brutal. That's what I was worried about too when I saw the cluster strike in the back of my head. I was like, that could bite them in the ass, and sure enough, it did. But here's the thing. Oh, there goes Egg. Which is fine. I can always teleport him back up. Now we got the teleport system there, so I'll just get out of there and remind them.
Yeah.
But there was the biggest source of casualties from Kenneth Boyd's story was, and I think one of them just stepped on a toe popper there as well, was there was already people that had gone through and set up a bunch of toe poppers, and a lot of the indigenous forces that were tied to his platoon kept stepping on them. And it was a mess. So...
Rio check on 50.
Good check, 5-0. I think he's stepping up because Rob was... actually, Rob wasn't commanding with someone else. Someone just died up here. Oh, the punji stakes. So are they planting the punji stakes that they find, or are they... Are the AI planting them, and then we're just kind of running into our own punji stakes here, which would be funny, but... Who knows? But that just... Them stepping on their own explosive like that just kind of reminded me of that part of the story, which is why I didn't put mines down. But it could have been a cool feature because they do have trap detectors and whatnot. But still, you know, I like to make my ops a bit more fair on that point. But we do have the guys coming along the rear now. We'll go out of field, and I'll just put some base forces down. Because, again, I'm always going to have them actively getting pursued. Looks like they just stepped on another UXO.
Sending.
Hey, Rob, when you're ready, take the pole over here. It'll teleport you up.
36 months. Wow, that's a lot of time.
Yep.
Grab one of them and run.
Big one, you two. Grab your kit, and then you can take the pole, and it'll teleport you up.
Copy that.
He's got to keep his position updated. So otherwise, they're going to end up with the trackers. Helix, thanks for the 36-month reset. That gets you the golden Lance Corporal badge. Thank you so much for all your support. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, I do have a glass. I always have a glass of water on me while I stream. Sometimes I forget when I'm doing a mission dev, though, and I get up and grab one. But don't you worry, I hydrate every time I see a hydrate come up on the activity window, because it reminds me to drink water, because otherwise I'll keep drinking and forget about it, or I'll keep working and forget about it, and then my throat will get parched, and I'll sound more and more grisly.
Moving forward.
All right, so we just hit the hour mark, though. 15 of the minutes, like 10 to 15 were the brief, so... We're a little past the halfway zone, so now I want to start pounding the shit out of them. Giggity.
Big patch trip, I don't think rest.
We're covering the right side of the path.
Oh no, check your right. Oh! Oh no! Ken, I'm so sorry. Ken, I'm so sorry. They were just to your right. They immediately tagged you when you walked forward. Take this pole here to get back up there. But I was watching that, man. I'm sorry. They did you dirty.
Teams move forward. Mac, you're
Ken is 1-0 Idaho. He's one of the vets tied to this. But my God, he just got clapped by that. Oh, man. But, I mean, you heard him. He was laughing it off like that, too. But, you know, these guys are really, really fun to work with. Couldn't ask for a better player base, and I'm blessed to have multiple. I got my own guys in my community. I got these guys. Pog's also not too bad. They can be a little chuckleheady sometimes, though. But, you know, it's a good variation of various different types. I'll be honest, though, I don't think I've worked with a bad player base in a while, though. Which is interesting because my commissions have increased pretty dramatically, but still haven't had a bad time yet in a while, so that's good. Just gotta hope it stays that way.
Oh, I'm dead.
Did they?
We got someone Willy Petered us.
Yeah, they Willy Petered themselves. That's not good. Oh well. It's been a lot of friendly fire kills, unfortunately. Oh, BIA won't commission me. They're too busy with their own stuff, which, you know, I'm more than happy not to worry about them. Ace hasn't respawned yet.
Dead?
There we go. Hey, Aviator, when you're ready, just grab your kit and then take the teleport pole.
Yeah, we're back.
A lot of my viewers are POG, yeah. Wow, that happened literally like right in the middle. Hit a tree, but I didn't have any forces right there, so... I am trying to keep things forwardly spawned, though, to actually let their aircraft show effect. But no, BIA was an interesting time. Definitely one of the more, you know, toxic places to work. Because it was just a bunch of people trying to make money off of the one guy running it, which, again, I was no different. But it was a weird time. Though not as bad as the 501st. Man, that one was a time. Alright, I'm gonna refresh my my trackers here. Just because they'll get stuck and you know, stop pursuing. So as we get into this main contact here, they had their break. Now we're gonna throw everything at them. But no, I got plenty of fun stories. 501st was a Star Sim unit. I've gone through that story quite a few times. It's too long for me to tell right now, but TLDR, a lot of people ego tripping, power flexing, everything you could think of people being super toxic. Though what surprised me was talking to Sorensic like a week or two ago and hearing him say, yeah, like, it's funny because I started in the 501st and I just thought based off of that, Aviator just tapped Nemesis. Oh my god. Hey, Neb. I don't know why the respawns aren't properly working, but grab your kit and then take the pole. I'll figure it out by cracking the mission open. A lot of friendly fire today, though. Like, at least a third of the deaths have been from bad frags or whatnot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But he told me, he's like, yeah, because I started in the 501st, back to Sorensic. Like, I just thought all the units were super toxic like that. And then I started working in others, and I'm like, wait, like, it's not supposed to be that way. And it's like, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right, you know? So, I don't know. It's interesting to see people turn around now. Sorensic will always be on my shit list for what he did with Val Morris' funeral, but I'll give him a pass. It's been enough. One person I'll never give a pass for is Remy for that 9-week DDoS. That, he can go burn in hell for all I care, but everyone else that's wronged me, I either forgive in the long run or get them back in one way. Like, God, Earthenite, the guy that finally made me leave the 501st. I made him sit half of a Halo op out by keeping him unconscious. And he just sat there, staring at a black screen. Good enough for me.
4 up in front.
But again, other stories, I'll tell them later. So, yeah. Checkpoint RPS, Vapor. I do them every like 3 or 4 months. Hey, big man. Make yourself a kit. Take this pole. That'll bring you up to them, okay?
All right, Chief.
Yeah. Let me make sure that pole is updated again. Wouldn't want to have them run into trackers. Hearing something going off right there. They're tagging the elephant grass now, though, which I find really funny. Eventually they'll get it right, because I will put some units back there, but I always love watching player bases dynamically change their doctrine based off of what happens. Got napalm falling off to the side. I'm going to fire some rounds up. Yes. Yes, he did, engine. Well, okay. Let me walk that back real quick. I don't have... What I have is him saying, hey, be careful about doing Ukrainian charity ops because you might get DDoSed. And then I have 3 IPs tied to 3 of his usernames on Discord that had high-ranking positions in the KD and XX that went to a bunch of TeamSpeaks and Discords that all happened to get hit by a DDoS that started, again, like a day or two after he gave me that message. That's what I have. Now, with that information, one can speculate that he was responsible, but I want to say what I officially have. Oh, and the fact that the last day it happened, I name-dropped the 3 of them because I was doing an SOG operation. I was on the ground with these guys. I name-dropped the 3 of them, and I said, hey, if you continue, I will DDoS the Cadian XX into the Stone Age. And I've not had an issue since. That's what I got. That's what I got. But yeah, fun stuff.
Send in goats.
And here's the thing about Gark. I've been in some...
With that information, we can infer that Liru is in fact a shrimp, and shrimp's natural predator is an unopened pickle jar.
Okay, Revenge. Bloodwing recently made a batch of pickles. She's about to make another one. She didn't recently make it, though. She made it, and I could... It finished vinegaring or whatever the process of making cucumbers into pickles is. I forget the exact term. But I've been eating those up a storm, and she's already making a second batch because they won't last another month at this rate. But I've learned how to open pickle jars. You can't use that against me anymore. They're delicious, though. Bloodwing makes amazing pickles. Giggity. But I got all this stuff to do the fried rice, and we're going to do the fried rice stream Tuesday. Mark my words. We are going to do the fried rice stream. And it's going to be great. Alright, I'm gonna try and push a massive attack on their rear real quick. Alright, cool. You have to keep the groups small, though, because otherwise they won't advance quick enough. I need to put a blocking force in front of them. It can literally just be 4 guys they can bulldoze, but it needs to be something that I can stop them with quickly. Yeah, I can tuck 4 guys out right there and do it. Toaster, yes. Yep. It was the Ukrainian charity ops. You can look back on the VODS channel, and then a few days after our final one... Actually, no. Did we even finish them? I don't remember the timeline for it, because that was also back when we were doing the 1960s themed stuff in South America too. On that one, it was a new map at the time, but yeah, no, it was everything I did for 9 weeks was DDoS, which was pretty funny. But back to the Gark comment, I've been in. When I left the 501st and went to 212th, it was okay until their main leader stepped down, and the guy that replaced him wanted to turn it more like a mini 501st, which is why it started becoming toxic again. Because all the toxic people that were forced out of the 501st just went to the 212th. And then I was in another Star Sim unit for a little bit, which was run by a buddy of mine who was one of the CCs, the clone commanders of the 501st, who left it because he hated the toxicity. He ran a unit for a while. I played a few of the missions there. They were pretty chill, but I eventually left because the people I kept getting to assign to were like super serious, and I was just like, screw this. Because I just wasn't having fun. And I was trying to explain to my squad leader, hey, your plan, it's not a good plan. We need to be doing this. And he's like, no, screw you. I'm in charge. And then he put us in a bad position where we just got slaughtered. And I'm like, yeah, nah, I don't feel like playing here anymore. Oh, yeah, slotting for Halo should have opened up 13 minutes ago. So feel free to go invest in that. But the rear attack's still going on. Saint got hit there. Time-wise, we're at 113. How much AO do I have? Okay, yeah, no, I need to see if I can force him to do a prairie fire. I don't want to spawn in entire platoons while they're doing stuff because it causes a bit of lag. So let's see what I can do here. Let's see if I can force them to call a prairie fire and start calling airstrikes everywhere. They got some rear shots going, so anything that was coming up is going to be stopped. But yeah, all the stuff up there is still good. Star Sims are hit and miss. I mean, I hate to say it because I don't like making generalizations, but based off of every Star Sim I've been, because there's been a few others I did, like, you know, commission jobs for. I just chilled with a friend to see how that community was like, but there were always some very heavy con points for that. Because when you give a 14-year-old power over people, it usually goes to their head. What's EVE, Jiggy?
Don't go down the hill.
Or Jigsy, excuse me.
Yeah, airstrike.
There's an airstrike coming. I've got a massive force coming in. Let me check to make sure. Yeah, we're still good on bodies. Here comes the aircraft. Ooh, this might be right on target. Oh, God. See, the crazy thing is that's going to create UXOs that from the Snake Eye, I think. I forget if it's a Snake Eye or which one specifically, the cluster bomb munition, but
we're on the right side of them.
Snake Eye's either the cluster bomb or just a standard bomb, but either way. But yeah, I mean, I would say the units that are the worst, though, are the ones that balloon up because of a YouTube personality.
Roger. Everybody get parallel.
Those are usually my, how'd I put them, my scary ones, but I mean, working with Karma Cuts recently has been pretty fun. There's been some other stuff that I've heard of going on, but that's okay. That's a completely different topic. Ignis is also pretty chill. And again, that's where I won't make a generalization, because, you know, Rubik's Raptor's dope, Karma Cut's dope, Drumheller's dope, though he can be a bit more of a rascal sometimes, but I haven't seen that side of him. But I've heard it from other people. But it's more of the older guard, which can be a bit on the toxic side. But I mean, I wasn't even toxic for a few years, so, you know.
Just use cover and basically...
Yeah, Don's right. I've always been a fanboy of drums, though, so I won't put him in a negative light.
Spotted 239, multiple guys running left and right.
That's not true, Engine. There's a lot of groups out there that can do 40-player ops, even 60-player. You just have to find them. Oh, Slushy, I know. I dealt with him when I first went on that server on the stream we started a few days ago, which was really funny.
Yeah, where did Rob
Am I still doing so with the 501st? No. I'm still doing so with the 506th. That's on Wednesdays. That's Drumheller's unit, aka Jester 814. But the 501st, I haven't done anything with them in years. And I have no intention of ever going back.
To your right, Stevie.
Righto, Jig. I do commission work, but beyond that, unfortunately, I'm very, very busy these days. Like my main, for May, the month of May, my Saturdays are completely booked, and that was a cluster bomb, a UXO that one of the AI just stepped on and I think got blown away from. But I'm just very, very busy, unfortunately. That's another cluster bomb that's gone down. My God, I need to trail them a bit more as well. They would have regrouped, but you know, you see that these forces have held, so I'm gonna just throw maybe... Let's do 2 more teams on their rear. I need to bring their teleporter up. I'll be honest, the only thing that reminds me to do it is when they actually die. Now they're gonna be moving through all these bodies. Let me delete the ones back here. Again, the 212 back when I was in it was fine. It did have some issues here and there, because every unit does, but Walrus, back when he ran it, was pretty good at listening to people and, you know, working out things that were going down and vice versa. And then the guy that replaced him just... I did not like him. His name was South or something. I don't remember. He was a bit of a jerk, but like I said, it's to be expected. Star Sim be like that. That was Flechette all the way down there. So yeah, they keep striking their left, which is why I'm not sending anything up, because that's kind of gonna prevent them from going in. I'm also thinking about doing some, what do I have for spider holes? Yeah, baby. Yeah, that one goes that way for some silly reason, but that's fine. Though, again, since I usually cut grass in my ops, obviously it's not going to be the most effective thing, but hey, you know, it's still fairly nice to have. Alright, cool. I always like doing at least one little spider hole thing for later, but, you know, we work with what we got. And I also don't mean to, you know, come on here and say, hey, you know, Arma's bad, because there's plenty of bad groups to work with. I'm going to be honest, for every bad group, there's a great group. But to be perfectly honest, that ratio is 50-50. But that's why I also encourage people, don't always just play with a single group. Reach out and find other groups. If you have a group that you're in that has a rule about dual clanning, and they're like a milsim, find a casual group to play with. If you're in an Arma group that has a dual clanning rule and says you're not allowed to be in any other Arma groups, period, don't join that group, because that is a waste of your time.
Liru, do you read?
This is Liru, send message over.
We found a landing zone over. We need to... Should we investigate?
Last call sign, this is Liru. Be advised, affirm if you think you found a good landing zone. Relay it to me. I will dispatch a King Bee and we'll see if it'll work. Over.
Okay.
I think they're going to try to go for right here.
Give me a moment.
506 doesn't let you join other milsims. It lets you join casual groups. Because I am technically a reservist in the 506, but I don't participate actively in any other milsims, because milsims, they require a bit of a time investment. I just don't have that with how much other stuff I do, you know? I think they're going to go for this position, which is exactly why I put this tree right here. Because I knew that this would be chosen. Last call sign, this is Liru, message over.
Okay, Saint, you ready for me to give you a grid?
Okay, he's going to give me the grid.
Grid 003105.
Confirming 003105, over.
Over.
Roger, break. We'll relay that to Covey. Hopefully ETA of the King Bees will be about 10 mics. Break. Hold your position at this time, over.
Copy that, over and out.
No! No, you don't say it that way. Ah! Sorry. Let me explain why you don't say that. When you say over on the radio, over means you are expecting me to respond to you. Out means that you are not expecting a response and that the conversation ends. When you say over and out, that means you're applying both terms. And I don't know how to respond to that at that point. Which, granted, that's just Hollywood lingo, and the reason I'm such a hard-ass on it is because...
when the King Bee's 30 seconds out, we'll pop smoke, over.
Roger. I will coordinate with Covey and try to give you a time frame of when the King Bees are about 1 mic out, over.
Copy.
Yeah, please reply and not reply, essentially. Anyway, let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't have a time for... Yeah, there we go. So let's just throw a few recon teams at him and call it a day. I'm going to fly over that and say it's a little tight for the King Bee, but... Go with that. You hear them hitting that. Well, I actually spawned that group right on top of a mine, so we're gonna throw a few things at him. And that's the UXOs going off.
Unloading on TRP-1.
So in about 5 minutes, I'll actually lift that King Bee, and then I'll give him the 1 mic call. So this will also extend the op a little bit, which means I can elongate the contact a bit, which is also quite nice. Just give me 1 second, because I'm coordinating doing this. But the toe poppers they planted are definitely slowing down the units I'm sending, which is quite nice to see. Woo! Yes, there is one soundbite on Don't Touch It, because, again, that's to show that I'm working on something for the Stalker Z server. It just... I forgot to turn it off, because I sometimes forget to turn them off, because I am a goober. As someone like Don or Goddess Kitsune would tell you. And again, the only reason I get so pissy about the over and out thing is because it was drilled in my head by Wargames Inc. When I was undergoing training in the 506th. But as someone that is an RTO, or has to be an RTO, because you know, when you're Zeusing, you're constantly chatting with your player base. If you're gonna use military lingo, that's just something that's in the back of my head. Brewer, yes, God, I was blanking on his name. Thank you for bringing him up. Brewer is Wargames Inc. I haven't seen him in a hot second. I just wish him nothing but the best. And I hope he's okay. Big ass bombs being dropped. So I'm just gonna slow down the amount of infantry I'm throwing at him. Ooh, ice just got iced. And yes, I've been waiting to say that one. We're at about almost 400 kills. What is it, Don? Slushy, we're not bringing back the Be Advised meme, please. Ice, yeah, spawns are busted. Feel free to grab your kit and then take the teleporter up.
You got it, Liru.
Yep, hope you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Hell yeah. Alright, just scroll wheel this thing.
Yep, I'm
this this ball right here. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You got an option.
Thank you.
No problem. I gotta get that script from older Noel, because they have it properly done. Meanwhile, here I am trying to get a janky way to do it, and I just can't seem to figure it the heck out. Can I, out of curiosity, get this added to my interface? Alright, real quick, I need to do a quick experiment with you. Actually, I'll go a bit further back. Because fun fact, all these are pre-placed, so if I end key you... Okay, I guess that'll work. Just in case. Yeah, no, that'll be it. All right. Gonna get them lifted. Let me set my side logic just to make sure that's all set, because I don't want them getting fired out by their own dudes. Change side relations, no radio message, independent friendly to op 4? No, blue 4. And then independent hostile to op 4. Independent friendly to blue 4, hostile op 4. Be advised, chopper's about 1 mic out. Over. Last call sign, how copy? Chopper is about 1 mic out. Over. That's a Kinby, right? Yeah, okay.
This is green. We copy last.
Roger. Out.
Green has eyes on chopper.
Green zone. Look for lime and jungle over it. Red, over. Blue, I guess. Blue smoke, blue smoke.
Last call sign, this is Liru. Be advised, Kinby is reporting no-go on that LZ. It is too tight. The tree branches are going to chew up the main rotor. Over. Last call sign, be advised, Kinby is saying no-go. The LZ is too tight. They are requesting you find a slightly bigger one if you can. Over.
Okay, we're gonna pull time in the drill. We'll go out this help in a minute.
Because I got this one right here.
Sending.
Isox, thanks for a 21-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Don't worry.
Not a bad idea, Tiger.
Yeah.
I believe it's reinserts that are coming in.
Yeah, our next LZ's 167.
Yeah, it's about 365 meters.
Is green
Jesus,
set? Yeah.
they're...
Tiger's ready, black's ready. All teams move.
Hi.
All right. I'm gonna end up using that airbase to ferry forces in. Well, the whole point is I'm trying to field them to a specific open area, and that's, again, tough to do, which is why I did my best to plug every potential LZ, but that just shows me that I should have put another tree right there or something, because I think I actually could have made that LZ, but, or was it right here? I think it was right here, actually. I should have put a tree right there instead of a bush, but that just shows me that I need to, you know, do tighter spacing. Technically, I should have put something there as well, but, you know. Oh, well. Oh, Celeste, you're switching your name on here, too? Fair. Oh, whoop. Oops. Oops. Just, forgot I added that. Just put that back. It was there the entire time. It was a little tighter. Just, don't worry about it. Shh. It was there the entire time. Just shh. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. All right. I swear it was there the entire time. We saw nothing. Yep, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for your base. I appreciate your due diligence. All right, I won't be needing that. Turn over trunk. Because I could have said, like, all right, can we like, napalm it? And then I would go, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Well, you got toe popped, except it also blew your face off, too. That's another one. Oh, that guy even stepped on it because he has the wounded icon. Ain't that funny? I don't really think in the forward area, I mean, we can try right there, but just all things considered, because I wanted... Ooh, we have some drop frames, too. Only 97, so not even a percentage of the stream of note. But, yeah. We're at about the 135 mark, which means they've been on for about a hour 20. But we are running out of AO, too. Oh, God. You just... I think Saint just called the... Did you call the right grid riff there, Chief?
Apparently, I don't know what happened. Okay.
That was a friendly airstrike.
Yeah, I know. Oh man. Okay. Let's
grab your kits. Take the teleport pole when you're ready.
Okay.
Because the other spawn system's busted, but even then, I think the team leader would be dead in that case. But yeah, grab your kits, take the pole, and I'm pretty sure that'll be something to talk about in debrief. Woo! Damn it, Cavalier! Oh, you're not wrong. Oh my God, you're not wrong on that.
Everybody got to reset our radio.
Not ever.
That's... Wow. I was worried that would happen today.
Contact.
And it appears I was right to be worried. Oh, man, that kill count. I swear, half of those deaths are to friendly fire. Because it's 32, but 2 were before the op began because of testing. Extremely historically accurate, yep. Hey, Shannon.
Yeah.
When you're ready, take this pole right here. You should get a scroll wheel option, teleport forward, pause.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, what do I hit to do it?
Scroll wheel. And then enter key. You see it? There you go. I know, it just, again, very historically accurate, but my God. It's something I normally don't expect to see, but hey, it happens. Whew, messy. But again, I'm pretty sure half of these deaths have been to friendly fire, if not more than half. Because I've seen friendly grenades that haven't said killed by friendly fire, but they were, you know, done by Willie Pete, and the enemy does not use Willie Pete. Willie Pete grenades actually I don't think exist naturally in any kits except for a few SOG kits. So they're the only SOG units here, plus they had an arsenal. Whew. Yeah, right, engine.
Let me know if anybody spots a dead enemy with an RPG.
Green.
You're right, friendly grenades aren't friendly. In fact, I put a clip on Twitter today because I was editing footage this morning of an AI. It was either an AI threw the grenade back or an, at the same time someone threw a grenade, like within a second later, their grenade got thrown back, which was pretty funny. But yeah, that grenade was not anyone's friend. Also, they grenaded that, and this guy, not sure if he was killed beforehand or was already in there, but yeah, he's smoked now. They're learning not to trust the elephant grass. Oh, Willy Pete grenades are great, but if they're detonating near you, then you're in a lot of trouble. So again, tracker shots. I'm not going to spawn them in for a bit, though. I'm going to give them a little bit of a... Actually, no, we have to because they're constantly putting toe poppers behind them. So let's go ahead and put them here. It's just for the effect of, you know, the mines going off behind you so you know they're effective. That's my favorite thing to do in these scenarios, though, is constantly put toe poppers down. All right, come on, Ken. Well, thank God someone else got up here and they started shooting, because I swear he might have, Woo! He might have gotten hit again there. Great response with those grenades, though. I'm not missing anyone, right? No, all right, cool. All right, let's get the bodies, get these single units deleted, get the ones pulling back deleted. Again, trying to keep my frames up as best I can, because when you put a lot of custom fauna down, it can be a little taxing, but Arma server technology has greatly improved over the past few years, so... They haven't hit their left side in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and send some stuff. Wow, those guys are getting annihilated. Because, you know, down here it's actually a lot more open than you would think. Oh, yes, and the music's from Tide to Tasmanian Tiger, because it doesn't get copyrighted. Which is quite nice. Because here's the thing, too. Even if you're playing non-copyrighted music... If something sounds similar, YouTube and Twitch will just copyright it and screw you over. And that's why I don't do my custom intro on my YouTube videos anymore. Because it got copyrighted. And they claim it's part of this other song, which doesn't even sound like it. But there's the bumps within it. The drum beat is similar, but everything else is different. And it's only for like 5 seconds that it's similar because it's doing a build up to its, you know, beat drop. But that's it. And it's like, God damn it. So that's why I exclusively play only a handful of songs, because they haven't gotten copyrighted, and I don't expect them to in the future. So if you ever need to see where YouTube's heart lies on the user or, you know, random companies that pay it money, there's your answer. Always gonna be the money. Oh yeah, I've also, when it was really bad, when they were implementing these systems back in what, like 2018? No, like 2020-ish? It was after the adpocalypse, which was, I think that was 2018 actually. So it was either 2019 or 2020 when they were implementing those copyright systems and they were getting really bad because they were flagging like everything. I had entire sections of my video, even on Twitch as well, would just get flagged. And it's like, it was just me talking. One of them was literally just me talking, and Twitch was like, nope, you played this random song, and we muted your entire video. And it's like, there's no music. What are you talking about? Yeah, late 2019, when those systems started coming in. And of course, you couldn't do anything about it, and all of the viewership, all the ad revenue would immediately go to those corporations instead of you. Nowadays, they at least hold the money, but only when you file a dispute, so it's not an automatic thing. But, yeah, no, it was bad. And then, you know, you had bigger channels. It was getting weaponized against bigger channels because they just had to hit a button and they could monetize your video for themselves. It was... And to some extent, they still do that. It's dumb. It's a very, very painful system, but, hey, what can you do? Again, better now, but... Unfortunately, when I started getting into this gig and when I, you know, had my rise, that was That was when it was still a very nice system to work with, but now it's just been hardship after freaking hardship, and I spend way too much time trying to deal with the system regardless. Because now the algorithm occasionally changes things up, and if you don't change with the algorithm, you can kiss any channel growth goodbye. That's just how it works. You just gotta work with it.
Okay, you can pick up 10 AK mags out of one of these dudes and they'll be fine. The guy with the AK vest on has probably got the AK mags.
535 to, what is that, 32, because it's 2 minus because of them. Oz has snuck in the top spot as I expected him to because the man's a beast. But yeah, no, I mean, with how the system's worked, when I have kids, because back in the day, when my parents were growing up, you know, the boomer generation, everyone wanted to be a rock star or an astronaut or, you know, something that, you know, got a lot of attention, a celebrity. Nowadays, it's that case. It was YouTubers, now it's TikTokers. They call them influencers. I'm going to be honest. Being an influencer sucks. Because your luck is purely on an algorithm, and unless you become, you know, the 1% of the 1% that somehow gets to stick with the algorithm for a while to extend your reign, but even then, you're eventually going to have a fall. And that fall will make or break you, but it's just way too much work to deal with all the additional BS. Rather my kid goes into a STEM field or cybersecurity and, you know, has something solid going for it. Because that's what I was going to do with cyber. Hell, that's what I can still do with my degree and whatnot. The reason I still do YouTube is because it's so damn niche for, you know, Arma 3 Zeus, and I'm literally the only person that does it to this extent, and, well, I'm able to make a living off of that alone. Oh, God. Aviator got left behind and chewed up right there. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Liru Jr. one of these days. Well, I'm not going to name him that. Actually, Bloodway and I were having a conversation about that. People that put Junior, like, let's say my name was James, so then my son's name would be like James Jr. It's like, that's very egotistical of you, to be perfectly honest. Let your kid have their own freaking life. But if you cement that in the early life with their own name being yours and Junior, I mean, that's kind of vain in my opinion. But that's just me. Just become a mortician or accountant, because the two things in life that are absolute are death and taxes. You're goddamn right. Engine, I hope you're right. I have a feeling you're not going to be right, though. Don, can you un-auto mod Roar's message? Twitch being Twitch. Wow, Ice just got tapped in the ass right there. Kapata just got grenaded. Woo! It is messy. I'm trying to think, though, after the spider hole, we'll give them a little bit of a break, and then we'll let them call in. Because we're, yeah, starting to hit that 2-hour mark. I know, aggression.
Roger, all teams
Good
push
God.
forward. Don, since you died, you're going to have to reset your radio to 100.
I just gotta make sure I'm not deleting the respawn poll. That would be bad.
No, Don's radio is probably not reset.
Hey, you gotta set it back to 100.
That was a great GL. That just, you saw that guy on the left get blasted. Yeah, I don't know, Don. That auto mod filter. The reason I have it on is so people don't spam racist stuff and try to get the channel banned, because what is it called? Hate rating, where you can go in, you can say a bunch of like racist or sexist things and then report the channel, then the channel gets banned even though you're the one that said it. Which is why I always have, when I'm not streaming, the channel set to emote only.
All teams move forward.
Because that's still an epidemic, but people talk about it less because they target smaller channels that aren't going to be that big of an issue. But, yeah, even so, it flags random stuff that, you know, it shouldn't be flagging. Again, another reason why I'm going to tell my kids, do not be, like, have your main job and do your influencer stuff as a side gig. But the stability of having a real job is much better. Take it from me. Because eventually it's just going to chew you up and spit you out after a few years. But think about it. I mean, Moshpit, thanks for the raid. People 3 or 4 years ago that you follow, do you still follow them? Or have you eventually phased out? Alright, here we go. This is where things are going to get interesting.
How do we get back in? Every time I respawn, I keep ending it back at base here.
Yeah, Jax, that's because it broke. There's a pull back here. You can scroll wheel, teleport forward, pause. Gotcha, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, I guess the poll didn't update properly. That's the poll, right? Yeah. So, whoops. They got most of that clear, which is quite nice. Striking the LZ, that's smart. I'm gonna actually reward that. I'm gonna put a few bodies down in the flames. Yeah. I like to reward airstrikes. I mean, I used to follow Jim Sterling a lot, like, years ago. Him and Angry Joe. And I stopped, God, I want to say, like, 3 or 4 years ago. And then I recently saw a thumbnail for a Jim Sterling video, and I'm like, what on earth? And then Angry Joe just, ever since he started branching off into things that weren't angry reviews, I just kind of looked at it and went, not my cup of tea. Because it just got, it became more quantity versus quality. See, Kicks, and that's weird because he was like into wrestling and whatnot. So I just found that weird. But everyone, you know, has their own tastes and preferences. So, you know, c'est la vie on that. But just wouldn't expect that. But this is also coming from a guy that didn't realize his best friend in elementary school was super gay. And then when I met up with him years down the line, I could clearly see it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because everyone was telling me after we kind of branched apart after middle school because we went to 2 separate schools. I then saw it and I'm like, oh gosh, everyone was right. And that's not bad. I mean, my brother's transitioning right now, but it's funny what you don't catch when it's right under your nose. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know, people get so close to you that you don't see that. You just see them as your friend and you move on with that. Alright, so they're going to call up this LZ. I'm going to have to ready the King Bees. I'm going to occasionally throw a team or so of guys up on them. The tough part here is there's not a lot of cover to work with. I think in hindsight I should have put some craters or whatnot for them to hold.
Okay, you ready, Saint? Grid rep 005089.
Yeah. Oh, that's right on target. Now I'm just waiting for the call.
Liru, are you there? Over.
Saint, this is Liru. Send message. Over.
Did you get the grid reference?
Negative. Transmit it over the net. Over.
005089.
Roger. 005089. Standby. King B is loitering. It'll be there in 1 or 2 mics. It's just going to do a flyby to make sure it's good. Break. Rest of the group is about 10 minutes away on station. If the LZ is good, we will go ahead and ferry them in. Over.
Copy that.
I lied. Let's do a platoon. And then just some various recon teams to come from other angles as I slowly test things out. I need a helipad. Saying this is Liru. Can you pop colored smoke on LZ and call it out? Over.
Colored smoke.
I've got some colored smoke now.
Saint, do you need smoke? Do you want me to do it?
Green smoke out.
Roger, confirming green smoke out. Over. I should have outed him. Alright guys, King B's reporting that LZ is good. Break. Rest of the King Bees are going to come in at about 9 mics from now and break. Start landing on that LZ. Hold it for now until the rest of the force arrives. Over.
Okay, you have to hold this. Got it.
Again, hold the LZ. We're going to be deploying the rest of your platoon there. Should take about 4 or 5 King Bees worth of guys. Break. Once you're fully deployed, we should be good to go for phase 2 of the operation. Over.
Copy that.
Alright, how many indigs can I, or ingens? Indigenous, because I can't pronounce that damn word right. ARVN. Alright, cool. I'll do 4. Get rid of that. Start putting pressure on the other side. Give it 3 more minutes and I'll start putting those forces up airborne. Or I guess air assault technically, but that's just me using the wrong terminology to make myself sound better. Get them in through the air, essentially. I'm just trying to remember the term that was used in the stories I read about it. I think they were just called Ingens. Indigens or something. Short for indigenous force. Indigenous force. My God. Again, I don't know why I just can't wrap my damn head around that word. Indig, that's it. That's the term they use. But yeah, again, the whole point of the AO was to find an LZ, because this is recreating something from Dewey Canyon, which was SOG forces basically acting as a distractionary force to pull forces away from what the Marines were doing. And this is part of kind of the Boyd's tale. Now, of course, Hollywoodized, dramatized for the sake of having an operation because they actually didn't take much contact. And when they did, they just had air annihilate the hell out of it, but that's just what it is. Do I smell toast? No, but I had some this morning, so I do know what it smells like. Now, is there an easy way for me to do this?
VOD's gotta get lit the fuck up.
Accessory sensor, loadout damage, no. Alright, whatever. We'll make it work, or we won't. Dig shot ice on accident. That's no bueno. Big Mud just got headshotted. Ooh. Ooh, good airstrike. Danger close. Yeah, it's this stuff. It's all those. All right. Oh, that just got arc lighted. Screw that village. All forces on that, be advised. Choppers are on station break. There are 4. They're going to start deploying one at a time on that LZ. Continue to hold until all forces have landed. Over.
Over and out.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna read this time. It's okay. It's okay. They can't hurt me when I'm in.
Liru, are we being extracted or are they putting more men in?
We're putting more men in. Over. Once everyone has landed, we'll index and we'll discuss whether or not we want to do our debrief on server or break or index the server. We do it out of chat. It's up to you guys.
He's asking if you want to do debrief in game after that or just end the mission. That's up to you.
Wrong net.
Yeah, start the next one, be advised.
Can we go to Maxwell Field, though? If we're not going to be extracted, let's conduct the mission.
Just making sure. Second Kinby is coming in now. Land is best when you want to land the chopper. Transport unload not only lands it, but it has anyone inside automatically get out as long as they're not part of the pilot team. Unhappy, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of more on the Zen boat now because when one of the latest update, they added some more features for,
If you did want a Zeus extra helicopters, I'm happy to fly one out.
Here, 1 second. I appreciate the offer, but there is no need. What was I saying? There's still the matter of, with Achilles, I can do this. I can set this to 1, and I can get something immediately on the marker, whereas for Zen, there's a minimum of 10 meters, which is quite annoying, but, you know, you work with what you can. But there's just a lot of things in Zen that make it a little easier to do a bunch of stuff compared to Achilles. But they fixed the attachment thing. Because now with Zen, you can literally do Control-Shift-A and then Control-Shift-D to attach and unattach and, you know, select everything and then Control-Shift-A and attach it to something automatically, which makes it a lot quicker than doing it one at a time. Because Achilles had an attach feature where you could just place the effect down and then automatically set it. So that's attach effect, but there's attach to. That's what I'm looking for. So there's still that. But again, Zen's fixed that. So now I'm leaning a little more to Zen these days, but there's still 1 or 2 features that Achilles has that I wish Zen did, but hey, it happens. What one do I do? I always do Zen these days. The only reason I'm using Achilles is because that's the one whitelisted for these guys compared to Zen. But I just prefer Zen since I'm used to that these days, because that one's also actively updated, whereas Achilles had its last update in 2020. Recon teams in, and that's gonna be it for the mission. Look at that, they're even taking a little bit of a swim. '20 was Achilles' heel. Wow, Don. Wow. That one was bad. That one was pretty damn bad. This is Liru. All 4 choppers have landed. All additional squads are down. Break. Mission complete. Let's have everyone rally at the LZ and we will do a debrief on server. Over.
Rally at the LZ? Where's that? Where all the heels land?
Yeah, where all the helis landed. Let's do a debrief up there.
Hey, if we're gonna do it out here, let's just go ahead and end the mission. if we're not going to fly back home, I think Saint may not have relayed that. Let's just go ahead and end it.
Okay.
No, we're we're debriefing here.
There's the
Okay. Did the helicopters actually land? Were they here?
Yeah, they dropped all the troops off.
They dropped off troops. There was a lot of confusion. We'll have to talk over what happened there.
Okay, so I'm good to index the server then.
Yeah, go ahead and end it.
Okay.
Now.
So I'm told to end it, so
That's good.
we'll do it off server.
Well done, guys.
Okay.
Good effort.
7:15 to 40. Not bad.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of kills.
Okay, everybody stick around and we'll do our normal debrief. First things first, I'll say thanks, Liru. That was a great mission. I thought it was really enjoyable.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Something very different than we normally do, having that many troops all together, and it was a lot of fun.
Thanks for putting it together for us.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was great.
I just want to apologize for the fact that the respawn bugged and a few other things bugged. I'm going to be messaging both Noel and Old Cool after this about those issues and hopefully get them fixed.
It's okay. It actually didn't impact it that badly because, except for losing the kit was kind of annoying. But besides that, it actually was okay because every time somebody died, it was a long time before they came back, sort of. So it actually created a lot of interest where, you really
didn't want to die.
Where leaders would die, and then we had to shift stuff around, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Okay, as Liru, you want to start, and you'll talk about your position first, and then I'll go into it.
So from the Zeus side of things, you guys seem to do really well. I think half of your deaths out of the final ratio, let me check real quick. Oh, it already changed. I think it was 7:15 to 40 in terms of kills to deaths. And I think it said 42, but 2 of those were done before the op actually began because of testing things. I know a good chunk of those deaths, though, were to either friendly fire issues. I know there was a pretty nasty bad frag that got a lot of friendlies. There were quite a few Willie Pete's that both killed and caused a few casualties. And I know there was also one friendly airstrike that happened. It happens, but...
I think it was 2.
Yeah, it might have even been 2. And then there was another point where you guys called a cluster bomb in front of you. You actually called on one of the tree snipers, believe it or not, and there was a bunch of guys under it that you got. But then you walked through that position, and one of you stepped on a UXO, and I think it killed like 5 or 6 of you. So just things to consider going forward. But overall, I hope you enjoyed the ambushes I had in the elephant grass. I know I hit Ken pretty hard with one. He didn't check his right, and there were 4... There were 4 PAVN guys right there ready to say hello, but it was nice to watch you guys adapt, and every time you ran to elephant grass and you thought you heard something, you'd throw something, and sometimes it worked out, sometimes it wasn't needed, but hey, I mean, I love seeing that learned behavior, and it definitely helped you out for the end of it. But otherwise, this was fun to do. Again, if you have any ideas for ops, hit up Nemesis or Whiplash, because they're the ones that ask me to make this sort of stuff, so... Please, by all means, I love Zeus for you guys. Please give them your ideas, and I'd love to do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, well done. That was tremendous. Thank you.
Just a quick one on those UXOs. Are they diffusable?
They should be, but at that point, I don't know, because that would be a great Rob question.
I'll double check on the recording, because
I think they are.
I did that, but I think I looked down at it, and it just blew up in my face because I was too close to it, and it took out most of the Tiger team.
It happens.
You know what? I think when I thought there was 2 friendly airstrikes, I bet the second one was that right there. Instead of an actual airstrike, it was just unexploded ordnance, I bet.
That could be. I just saw the squad wipe.
There was one where 2 Cobras were flying over you when one of you stepped on the UXO. And I thought it was an airstrike at first, too, but then I recalled the sound in my head, and my chat was telling me, no, that was a UXO going off, so...
Yeah, I think that the second one was that, I think, not actually an airstrike.
Yeah, I call them cluster bombs, even behind us, too.
Well, the great thing about calling clusters behind you is at that point you don't have to mine it because the UXOs, the trackers stepped on a few as well, so just extra mines for them to cover your tracks with.
Exactly. Okay, we'll move on to my perspective.
So, if you see explodey things on the ground, don't step on them for future reference.
Exactly. So I guess we'll go over the airstrikes first. Saint, I think you did a good job whenever I called you to call something in. I think in future, me and you need to have better communication for when stuff's being called in. Maybe each time you call something in, let me know and where it's being called in.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, just because that caused some confusion and some of those mishaps where bombs landed in the wrong place.
Like the Zuni strike, I admit I kind of fucked that up, but damn, it was just hard to do with like how spread out we were. It was.
Yeah, it's okay. Just learn lessons for next time. As for everything else, I found it really tough with that many people trying to get us all together, especially in that thick jungle where you can't see everybody. I tried to keep the teams as close as possible. A few times we got separated, but I think overall we kept together pretty well. The teams worked together well, followed orders. Good job to the team leaders, Rob and Ken for Tiger and Green Team. You guys did good. As we went along, I learned to just stop the entire team when we had contact. Whereas when we have a smaller team, say 12 man, we don't need to stop in contact, but you really need to stop with that spread out and that many troops, because if not, elements that weren't being hit as hard were moving way farther forward, and it was just causing a mess, which was taking even more time. So pausing and waiting turned out to work very well. We got through the objectives. I think for future reference, for point team, we need to focus on avoiding high density when we're in basically constant contact combat like we were there. I think we need to work on going through more places with hard cover but no elephant grass, because when we got into the elephant grass, each time when it was thick, we had a serious issue where the entire team got mixed up and we had a lot of casualties. So for the future, we need to go around the elephant grass if possible.
But just a quick one on that, because I was the kind of leading the points all the way there. The route that we had, we were kind of stuck into a channel. We couldn't really go off the hill. We couldn't either side of it. And that's why we ended up taking that sort of route past the elephant grass.
Roger, understood.
It was the terrain sort of dictated where we moved.
I guess one thing we could do there is we could push the flank elements forward to flank the elephant grass and go to the other side of it, and then bring Tiger through once we've got sort of people in front of it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, having a fixing a flanking element would have benefited. There were several occasions where I certainly didn't want overruling kind of leadership there, but there were moments I was thinking a flanking element would have quite good effect.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just better with such a large force, better management. There were several communication breakdowns. The radios being reset each time didn't help that. I had lots and lots of times where I would call for different teams and I didn't get the signals I expected, etc. And I can't say whether it was just missed or whether the radios were off, because I think a lot of the time it was radios were screwed up.
Yeah, my 2IC didn't have a radio, but he didn't know he was going to be a 2IC, so I should have picked a different 2IC, but that's just on me.
Oh, he grabbed one. Jax, didn't you have one at one point? Didn't you grab a radio?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, he grabbed a radio at one point, because I did hear him on the comms.
Then when he came back, I got off it again because it was just way too noisy for me.
Roger. Okay.
Yeah, I should have got a different 2IC, one who had a permanent radio setup.
Roger,
I had the long
understood.
range, so I was in touch with that way.
Roger, okay. As for... one thing I should mention is in the beginning, we were moving with black and green in file behind what was supposed to be a wedge out front. I don't think we ever really got a wedge out front.
Well, the problem was the terrain, Caleb. I think, what we do is modify to the wedge as the terrain permits. So just, sticking to that permanent formation really hinders us when it gets thick. So, yeah, we tried to spread it out as we could, but, yeah, we had to adapt.
Roger, understood. But we had the two teams at the rear in file, and Rob suggested to me that we put one team on the left, one team on the right, and I thought that was a great idea, and we immediately moved out into that, and that worked much better for the rest of the mission because we were too spread out, too far behind. The teams were getting separated. Instead of just getting separated left to right, they were getting separated forward and backward, and that fixed that much better.
Yeah, I think each of the team leaders there did good, and their team members keeping us Tiger in the center, because every now and then they would make corrections as they move forward a little too much, or we've moved back. So it adapted really well.
I will call out the medics. You did a great job. I saw no casualties that were I thought weren't being taken care of quickly and promptly. So good job to all you guys. As we pushed on, we found what we thought might be an LZ, so we called it in. By the way, Liru, I think I know what you did there. That was a really good way of handling that to get us to keep going. So you did a good job there with not actually letting the helicopter land.
I did fly it and tease a landing, and it did seem a little too close. I didn't want to break the rotor, but the big tree that was put in the middle right there, I put there with the intention of making you guys go to the last point to the south to elongate the mission, but I still wanted to play it out realistically, but I heard you say a but, so go ahead.
Roger. Yes, exactly. I thought you did a really good job there adapting. That was a lot better than just saying, no, you can't call in a helicopter. That was a lot more immersive and worked way better. So excellent job there. We continued on, pushed through. I think on the right side, Green was getting fragged by someone else. Is that what happened, Rob?
A couple of times, Willie Pete came over the garden fence from the neighbour there and landed right on our picnic.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I think once I mentioned to the other two teams to stop throwing to the right, I think that pretty much stopped, didn't it?
Yeah, it stopped it then. Yeah, there was no more after that.
Okay, excellent. And we could
one little fix for that might be to make sure that Tiger's in front and we're in an arrowhead instead of, I said to you, what about a formation of, column, column, column in a box, and what we should have done is a chevron. So that
absolutely.
So that Tiger was further forward, because otherwise the guys in the centre and rear of Tiger have got nowhere to shoot that's safe.
Roger, that's a good. I didn't even think about them not being able to shoot. That's a really good point. Yep.
It only occurred to me after we got fracked.
Yeah. Okay, so then we made it to the last objective. We held out really well overall. Except for the casualties from the unexploded ordnance and the friendly airstrikes, etc., that were problematic, and basically all the friendly fire incidents. If we take all that out, we had a good run with low deaths. So as long as we can cut out those friendly fires next time, we will have low deaths for the mission, an extraordinary kill-death ratio. We still had a really good kill-death ratio, honestly, if you look at it, compared to our normal missions. From there, we set up our defensive perimeter on the final objective. The helicopters unloaded, and the mission finished there with a success. I'll turn it over to Ken next for Tiger Team.
No, I think we covered all the movements pretty well. I think it was an excellent mission, and everyone adapted, I think, very well. Team Tiger, great navigation by our point element and team, and I'll turn it over to you guys if you have any comments.
Yeah, the one I had is, like for that LZ, if we'd had a couple of satchel charges, could we have blew a couple of those trees with the satchel charges, take out trees to open that LZ up?
So I did spawn a tree trunk off to the side, and I actually would have let you if you called it in. I didn't want to hint at it, though, because I wanted to elongate the up as much as I can, but if you called up and asked, I would have either let you do that or say you could always call like a napalm strike, because it's just one tree in the way. And then I would have deleted it because I was hoping there'd be like a fall over thing for it. There wasn't, so I would just delete it and then quickly put a trunk right under it, and then it would have worked.
Copy that. I thought about that. I just didn't have any satchels on me.
No, I got you. Because even in the story, which I'll link in the main chat in a second because I linked it to my my viewers, They talked about using some of their LAWs to knock out some tree branches on these massive trees they were talking about. But they kept missing, so they weren't able to open up an LZ for it. But, you know, that would have been a cool segue to it as well. But let me link it 1 second.
Oh, and whoever hit that truck with that law from the left side did a great job.
That was a great job.
I called that.
Thank you.
Yep, good job. Okay, from there, I'll let any comments from anybody on black team, then we'll move to green.
Caleb, I'm going to have to sign off, but thank you, everybody. What a great mission.
Well, it's going to wrap the stream up here.
Roger, thanks, Ken,
Thank
for
you so much for
joining us.
watching.
Later, Ken.
Good
for
job.
joining, broski.
See you later.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay.
Go operate operationally. We're back
Okay,
a little later for
Rob,
DayZ.
any
Don't have an
comments
official
for
time
you
for
on the
that.
green team?
Otherwise, cheers.
Well
have a good
done
one.
to Jax.
I don't
Oh, go
wanna hear
ahead,
Rob,
go ahead.
Yes,
'cause,
go.
I'm just going to say that we were having a nice little vacation on Black Team. That's all I was going to say.
All right. Have a good one, guys.